Shut up, Meg. How about new? I'm Pickle Rick! I'm Pickle Rick!
What happened? Rating from Delta Mike? Is that what's going on? What's up, everybody? Outside Mike there, C2S, both of them, the batteries are dead. So, no. Not today. Sorry about that. Let me get Twitch music going. Something changed on the plugin for the music, and for, like, I updated it, like, they changed the way it works, but it's still not working, so I don't know if it's going to take a minute, or if I got to update something else, but I'll let you know. Anyway, cheers and cheers. God damn, cheers to Delta Mike. Assuming he just raided. Some Malacalypse. Oh, I saw clues in here for a second. Time to go pretend work. Yeah, that's definitely how that usually tends to work. Is Delta Mike still streaming, or because I didn't see a thing for a raid, or are you suggesting I raid him, even though I just started? No, he's done. Okay. Well, no, yeah, we go. Okay, right. Yep. Ah, there he is. Okay. Thanks, Delta Mike. Appreciate that. Cheers to you. All right, so today, since my back hurts and everything hurts and hurts, that seems loud. Turn that down a little bit. We're gonna attempt to repair my bedroom fan, because it does that thing fans do after a while where it just goes, and after a couple minutes it starts to work. So that's generally the bearings in it. So we're going to see if we can reach the bearings in it and clean it as we go. And if not, there's a new one that's supposedly out for deliver, but they keep pushing it back, and that just means it won't show up today. So hopefully we can get this one at least running again after we take it apart. No LEDs, but yeah, that's because we're going to be switching over to that soon enough. So leave them do their thing. I had to drill a hole to oil mine. We'll see what's in these. I know the older ones you could do that, but we'll find out if you can with the newer ones. I'm gonna get something to drink. drink something. I recently couldn't get my bearings, so I squirted the fuck out of it with oil and all was good. Yeah, I have, I'm going to use some of that Lucas Oil synthetic gun lube. I figured that ought to soak in there pretty good. Plus, it's got a needle on it in case we got to get into whatever with it. But why don't we go do a VertoThermoWhoofle, and then we'll get to the cleaning and the tearing down. Shall we? New fans don't move as much air. I keep getting, if I can't fix it, I'll get the same fan, but I end up getting the same fan about every 5 years. A lot of times I'll get about 4 years out of it. I'll oil it and get like another year out of it. And we'll see. Either way, I got another one coming, and if this one works out, then I'll just have a backup. Number one. Whee. One for Freddy. Setting chat on fire. Try a Pianoman floor fan. That's real flicky tonight. God damn. All right, let's get that off of that before we have fucking seizures starting. Jeez. Yeah. Yeah, definitely no spiders trying to hang out up there, Franco, that's for sure. What is a Pianoman floor fan? Pianoman floor fan. Oh, no, I have those too, but I don't like having shit sitting on my floor. That's why this fan's always sat on the shelf, and it makes the right noise, like the right white noise that I'm used to. So I'll just be rocking that for quite some time. But yeah, I got I have various floor fans. I don't know that they're that brand, but but if they're good, I'll keep them in mind for the next one. Pianoman manufactures a variety of popular floor and pedestal fans, typically ranging from $25 to $100, depending on features like DC energy-saving motors, remote controls, adjustable heights, EDS mom, and oscillating EDS. Common models include the Pianoman 20-inch high-velocity floor fan and a multi-speed oscillating stand thing. Yeah, okay. Good call. If they're a good fan nowadays, then I'll keep my eyes out. What's up, Brantley? Watched your cat video today while I was on break. Hit that thumbs up for you. What do we got over here? Okay. That over here. Yeah, I guess let's switch over to there and get jiggy with it. Let me go over here. There we go. Grab these. I'll grab the tea. And yes, the cats definitely help, make sure that the fan gets clogged up as often as possible. Like, I just vacuumed the back of this thing, 2 weeks ago? They delivered the fan I ordered July 10th, yesterday. Oh. So it took me, that took a little while to get there. You drinking Ribena? No, that's unsweetened tea from Arby's. I'm one of those few people that still actually eat at Arby's. And I am using the wrong screwdriver because for some reason I can't find what I call a natural number 2 Phillips head. Like, this is a natural number 1 head. And then this would be, the multi-tool that doesn't fit into the skinny holes. So if you ever hear me say natural on a screwdriver, it just means that's just what it is, and it's the skinny. But that just means you push down a little bit harder. Fishman, I have the meats. I have the stand model, kind of expensive, but they are quiet and work well. So like that would be good for out in the living room. I have a, I don't know, stick fan, whatever you call those. I got one of those in the living room, and it's pretty quiet. It's one that used to be, it used to live in one of my grow tents. Ooh, this one's a little. Might have to go back to that one. But it was in one of my grow tents just circulating air. And then it was upstairs circulating. Like, god damn, that thing's like 10 years old and it still runs. What we got here? Mr. S, appreciate the re-up there on the old Twitch. Let's do one of these. A cheers to that. How'd your stream go, Delta Mike? I noticed you were on shortly before I started, like right before I started getting set up. It seemed like you were on for a while. Like, I might have to go find it. Like, I don't even know where the hell. Because I kind of looked around the house. I'm wondering if it's like, I know I got one out in my tool bag. Just because of that one being so stuck. Let's see, like this one. Okay, 4 fell out. That should be all those. Did I miss one or? Let's see. If I gotta run this thing with no blades tonight because I gotta rip this thing off, that's fine too. Or, I'm sorry, no guard. Alright, that one's loose. This is the one that's being a douche. I don't even have... Do I have any extendo bits in here? I don't think so. Let's see. Let me see, what do we got here? Oh, that was the stuck one, okay. Alright. Screws! And they're all, like, they've, even in plastic, they've managed to get rusty. Look at all that kitty cat. It's a paper towel I used to dry my hands off earlier today. Oh. What's up, Josh? Mr. S? And Mr. S? Andy? I don't know if I said hi to Andy yet or not. Chris? Got Delta Mike. Got the Fishman. Jasper. Is that an extractor fan? I don't... What is it called? Yeah, just a fan. They call them, it's the Honeywell. They call them like tornado fans. They're small. They have noise to them, but it's not like, but it's the noise that I like. Because I do need a decent amount of white noise to sleep at night. That's kind of just works like that, huh? Ew, yeah. kitty cats. That's a press one. I slide them off. Gonna pop that. Yep. We'll see. I don't want to break that. That's got a slip-on retainer, which can be a pains in the butt to get off. Let's just clean what we got. Let's go ahead and burp a little bit. Get the floof out of the corners. I mean, you kind of really should clean your fans at least once a year, especially if you have pets. My fan like that is in my tent. That'd be a dusty and crusty fan. Yeah, it's I actually haven't cleaned it internally in probably 2 or 3 years. Let's see. That's got one of those little blickies. Let's see. What do I have? A needle nose. It was in here. I don't know if I can use these. If I can get this little grip off of here. Hold on. Probably a tight push fit. Yeah, it's one of them steel retainers. But if I can just get to the back, I just got to get this little grip off of here. I forget how the fuck these come off. They just squeeze the shit out of it, right? Let's put that anywhere. Let me see how much slack they gave us. Ugh. This up. That may actually be a number one. What's up, Jack Attack? Somehow my phone reverted to top chat. I missed Jack Attack's reply. I missed Jack Attack until someone replied. It'll randomly do that. Like, you literally do anything to change anything, and it just loves to basically, it feels like it's almost like resetting the stream. Kind of thing. Like every time you try to make an adjustment. Alright, probably gotta pop that knob off. Man, it's been a while since I took one of these apart. Let's see, does that just pop up? No. Alright, that slides out there. Come on. Come on. What's up, Dave? They used to make blades of A1 a bit more durable than plastic. Why isn't this coming off? It's not because of that. They just press. Oh, there it is. Okay, there. Okay, there we go. All right. Yeah, at this point, we'll see how much slack they gave us. Oh, aluminum. Okay, they used to make blades of aluminum a bit more durable. Yeah, probably. Too many people lost limbs. I restored a fan from sometime in the 50s. It was one of the ones where like it was just wire, but it was all like wiggle wire, like quote nuclear style, that had been in a bar for like decades, and it finally stopped working one day. And they're like, yeah, it's just always been on that shelf. Kind of came with the building, you know what I mean? And it always, you know, you turn it on high. They put it on high at the bar and it, you know, put a nice little breeze across the bar for everybody. And then it stopped working. So I was like, hey, you want me to see if I can fix it? They're like, yeah, okay. So I took it apart and it was old school bearings, but they weren't bad. They were just dry. So I took a combination of brake caliber grease and transmission oil and I redid the bearings in it, put it back together, and they couldn't use the fan anymore because even on low, it was a fucking hurricane. Apparently the bearings had been shit for a while, but it had only just caught up. When it finally stopped working. Alright, where is the clip for that? That should be there. But that was funny. They turned it on just thinking, yeah, we'll turn it on high. Put it on the shelf, turned it on, and it blew like it was moving glasses, like empty glasses kind of thing. It was awesome. Why can't I get this grip to release? Alright, well, we're gonna have to work with that in there. Okay, I can clean that up and I can get to what kind of looks like a bearing, at least the back of it. Everything's just stuck in there because of that little grip, but we can still figure out where I put the toothbrush. That'd be a good start. What's up, punctuation? Wish they did that at my local. It's humid and full of idiots. Bar, it was a nice place. The owner was cool for the most part. I worked there for a little while until she fired me, hence the for the most part. But she fired me because I like to use seasonings in the food. She liked to cook like she lived in Britain. And she had this big ass rack of seasoning back there, but just wouldn't use any of it. I'd put it in there. They had people from other bars coming to our bar to order food before they went to their bar for pool night. But since she didn't want to change her boring ass menu, and I wasn't going to deny people's request for food when they specially requested seasonings, she just ended up firing me. I still went there, or hung out, like whatever. I just didn't cook for him anymore, and then she pretty much didn't have much of a food business after that. A lot of people were pissed about that, but you know what you gonna do? Let's see. Extreme duty gun oil. Roxanne. The police have no lead. Good lord. Delta Mite. Just general oil and dust and grease. Plus the natural cobwebs and other random stuff. Needed a general clean out. Or a sergeant sweeping. Let's see. And it's not horrible, but if we can do this without ripping all the frickin' wiring out there. Up there. It's just trip. Oh yeah, it's going in. It's going in. It's going in. Actually, let me just let that sit for a moment. Let gravity do its thing. Give it a little spin here. Oh wow, yeah, look at that. It's starting to actually just spin. Okay. We'll continue to let gravity do its thing for a moment. Add a little bit more. Then we'll give it a minute, we'll spin it, then we'll do it from the top, just down the shaft. We have to thoroughly lube the shaft. Yes, yes we do. What time is it? Damn, top of the hour. I'm gonna have to I may have to give Jack Attack special abilities on the stream. We'll see. Cheers, everyone. Wait a minute. What is it? Top of the hour toot? Oh, that's this one. What's up, Chicago? Had the same bigger brother of that fan for like 15 years. Yeah, I mean, they generally do fine. Cheers. Top of the hour. Is it flavored lube? Smells like lube. Does this really have a... I mean, it's not a horrible smell, but you know, it's not like appetizing. What's up, Benji? With that fan, I would strip it completely and shove all the plastics in the tub. Yeah, that would be if I didn't need it this evening, as I can pretty much assure you the replacement one isn't showing up tonight. I've never actually had an Amazon delivery show up. Once it started to be delayed, it just pushes back, and it's already pushed back like 3 times. So I need the fan tonight. I need you tonight. Something like that. Alright, let's see if we can... You can kind of... You can get to the top bearing through that little underneath there. And I'm not going to wrestle that clip off. That's why I was saying it's nice to have this little needle. Yeah, drink it. Drink it. It is your sustenance. Ow. Oh God, cut my thumb off. Yeah, I've had worse done and survived. God, I can actually say that and mean it. Have you tried Teflon spray lube? I find it works well. I found it chafed my willy a little bit, but I mean, I guess it would be okay for a backup. I'll stick with coconut oil. Whee! I think this is pretty successful. What was that, Whopper? Really good idea with the tape flags. Actually, has it helped? The tape flags? Really good idea with the tape. Which tape flags? What? Huh? Are you in the right chat? Either way, what's up? Alright. I think we're just finished cleaning up at this point. Get this little poofy brush in there. Where are the boobies? Oh, okay. Sorry, I was butting into a conversation. The cat here eventually clogs up the bearings in mine. Yeah, I'm sure it's pretty much what it is in here. Like, I'm not expecting this to give me another 4 years of life, but I'll stick it right back on the shelf and keep using it till it's done, and I'll just have the new one whenever it decides to show up. Ready to rock and roll. Either way, I would say mission successful. It went from stopping as soon as I touched it to just stop hitting everything. So, assuming I didn't screw up any of the wiring, off all the yoinky boinky, then we should be fine. Let's see, put the little capacitor back. This should be like that. What are you doing, Mr. Capacitor? Actually, I can screw that down now just to get it down and not an issue. What screw was that? Those are there. That's that. Are these too long? The two long ass screws are for the motor, so this will be for this. All right. Giggity giggity, giggity goo. Mary had a little lamb. Her father shot it dead, and now it goes to school with her between two lumps of bread. Oh, I love a good childhood rhyme. That's sweet. Well, it's actually probably pretty savory, to be honest with you. I hope we made some gravy. I mean, oh. Okay. Holds the switch in, protects the wiring. And you got to remember the fun thing about cleaning the fan, any fan, is when the first time you turn it on and all the loose stuff just hoses whatever is in front of it. That's always the fun part. It's a fama. Do 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 do. Are we doing little lamb ones today? That. Yep, there we go. That's, and it's little, actually does have a form for the mount. That it, for the pedestal. Oh, why is there a giant piece of dirt right there all of a sudden? Or dust. Did you oil the front bearing? Yes. Yes, we did get the front bearing as well. And that did help a little bit more, just a little bit. What seemed like it helped a little bit more, I'll say. Seemed like it helped. Oh, there's actually stuff. It's so dirty, all the dust is like into the threads. Like, good lord. Tell me you have pets without telling me you have pets. What's up, Bush Doctor? You got your stickers? Cool, cool. Hopefully they don't suck. They're supposed to be pretty good. As far as durability, well, I mean, hopefully they printed well, as obviously. And someone, I'll show it Saturday, but someone actually sent a video of what they got. Oh yeah, I forgot about this fucking mess. Okay. Well, let's see. What do we got left on here? And remember, all you're doing is loosening it. When you first turn it on, it's going to be a mess. And I am not going to aim it like at a camera or anything because I am trying to bork my cameras up. So I will aim it in the other direction. But might as well get as much dust off of it because dust just attracts more dust. All like crackheads. I've seen your explanation video, Delta Mike. I gotcha. Fan looks good. Hopefully it works well. Yeah, it's definitely It's definitely got its spin. Well, actually, I mean, we can turn it on now. Cut the dust in half. Yeah, actually, if I do that, that'll be fine. Is it off? No, it should. Well, it shouldn't be off. It's always left on 1. I have Alexa control it, so I don't have to get up. Because if I don't have to fucking get up, then I'm not gonna fucking get up. I turn that off. So that my face isn't in front of it when it starts up. I guess we'll see if anything does. I'll go right to high. Oh wow, look at that. Figured it would have a little more ass behind it. Tell me a good way to clean the edge of my blades. Nice. I mean, it definitely works. Definitely helped, because like I said before, it would just go... Alright. Stop the blade with your tongue. Oh, that's easy on these. Let's see. Which way does this spin again? Actually, you know what? No, I'm not going to do that. Because I have a beard. And I know what happens to long hair and fans. So I would, and I have, but not with a beard. We'll actually pass on that. Fan out of balance. Oh, sure it is. It's like $20. Is it even 20? I mean, all right, let me get this over the trash can. Just one moment, y'all. Get all the big stuff off. Real quick, y'all. Oh, God, it smells like fucking combination of cat litter and carpet fresh. What the fuck? Jesus. I use carpet fresh like twice a year. God. Tell you what, I guess carpet fresh for pets is pretty goddamn good, because I haven't used it since fucking January is the last time I used it. Good grief. Talk about long lasting. That plug-in working yet? Damn thing. I don't know what the fuck's going on with that. I'll have to mess with it after the stream. Move that over. Okay, it's 5:14. What's that? Bomba cold? What's up, buddy? Did I just... I thought I just cracked it. Just kind of flexed a little bit. Alright. I think this will work out pretty good now. Where's the toothy brush? Where'd I go? There. Let me just put this down like this. Of course, a lot of this is kind of stuck to it because of smoky fumes. Not cigarette smoke, but, you know, stickier smoke. But yeah, optimally, if I could, I would just soak it, but I need another drop on that. Because why not? Okay. Let's make that there. This can go up here. Since I didn't have to release the grip. H. Oh, yeah. That's from those shells for my pew bags. I don't need less lube anymore. way does this go? Such. And screwdriver. That's a deep hole to screw. I've had to reduce my beard length for safety. It's only about a foot long now, says Bush Doctor. I get mine caught. Like every once, like if I got to do drilling or anything, I just tuck it under my shirt. But every once in a while, you get like a loose, like a single loose follicle that pops out, and you're like, yeah, there it is. How long are these screws? A bag of missing B2 parts. Well, yeah, it could be that too. Is this just not doing anything? Okay, that was weird. Sorry. We good? God damn. I'll be all fussy. In the hole. Yeah, I was gonna have a beer tonight, but I forgot I didn't have any beer, so, you know. Guess I'm just drinking water. Oh, yeah. This one snaps together with authority. Or, well, not like snap, but like it's not a retaining system, but just the way it's molded to like lock into itself is pretty impressive. The other ones, you could almost put it, god damn, dude. The other ones, you could put the thing on wrong, or whatever, it didn't matter what, how, whatever, logo upside down, backwards, and then, you know, whatever. But these are actually, like, keyed, I guess, would be what we're looking for as far as the terms go. These are keyed. The two halves. You water heathen, you. Yes, I'm abusing the hydrogen and oxygen in the house. As a matter of fact, actually, hold on, let me abuse the rest of this iced tea first. Unsweetened tea. Because that's how I roll. Whoop whoop. Oh. So I've been in, and I'll talk about it more on Saturday. But, damn it. I've been trying to get a scum server back online for like 2.5 weeks. Having all kinds of weird problems that I've never even experienced, heard of, whatever. You know, because I've run a scum server before on my computer and it was just fine. My vein server still runs fine. Well, it turns out I've been fighting apparently a server list bug on like the master game servers for scum. But on the flip side, it did finally drive me to sort out my network problems. And we will discuss that on Saturday. What was that? Give a toast. Ah, yes. Good timing. We're going to use this one again. Cheers, everybody. Grab a sip, grab a puff, grab a smoke, pinch a nipple, pet your cat, scritch your dog, do a backflip, do a barrel roll, whatever you do. Here's to you. Good night, Franco. Have yourself a good evening. Ooh, wow, there's a big blob of blood. Blood. Let me get this out of my face. Oh yeah, this is very bueno. Actually, you know what? I'm going to leave it face down. Actually, crap. Damn, if I'm almost tempted to put a hole there so I can drip oil into it every once in a while. But that would also attract dust directly to the bearing, so we won't do that. But we'll let it sit like that. It seemed to really suck in more oil from the bottom, so we'll leave it that way so the rest of it can drain as far down before we turn it away. Face down, ass up. Yeah. Alright, screwdriver there. This is the kitchen toothbrush, but I think I'll leave it in here because I use it more in here than I do in the kitchen. Let's just put that there. That'll work. Oh, wait a minute. If we're going to do the job, we're going to do the whole thing. So let's wipe this off. Yeah, it's definitely got the carpet fresh in it from fucking 8 months ago that still smells like goddamn carpet fresh. That's both neat and terrifying. Yeah. Okay. I would call that a success. Drill, then cover with a sticker. I ain't too pressed on it. We'll see how long it runs. If this thing only runs for a week, I'm not going to, like, treat it like a, 1920s power machine out of, like, a machine shop where you got to oil it every week. We'll just see how long it goes. If it lasts another year, the next time I'll just cut a hole in the back and bloop, bloop. Nope, nope. Actually, let me see. Where's my flashlight? I wonder if one of these slots align with... Oh, no. I wouldn't have to drill a hole. I could use this one. And with the super needle and reach it just straight through. Oh, yeah. If I go this direction, there's not even any wires in the way. So, yeah, I got this one. I got, as well as the little guy. But, yeah, I'll just make sure I hold on to this little guy, that bottle, which I know that's a useful bottle. Like, the extended needles like that are always cool. But, yeah, actually, I can just... I don't know if you'll be able to see that or not, but we'll give it a shot. There, you can see it. Yeah, now you can see it. Kind of like the black. Yeah, you can see the ring in there for the bearings. So that's a nice little shortcut. Just cover it in oil. I'll just pack it with grease. God, that would stink. Grease gets so stinky sometimes. I mean, nowhere near as bad as like gear lube and transmission fluid, but some of that grease can get fucking just nasty. Oh yeah, on Saturday we'll finally get to drinking that Irish cream cappuccino instant powder. Instant powder. What's up, boink? Do it. Carpet Fresh. Carpet Fresh is basically scented baking soda. You sprinkle it on the carpet, it absorbs a little bit of the odors and whatever, and then you vacuum it up. Smells good afterwards. They have versions of it that are pet safe. Nobody's had any complaints about them, so I assume they're actually pet safe. Because, anybody will find a reason, usually a good one anyway, to try and make stuff like that not pet safe, but ever seems to be fine. But it's just does its thing. Add whiskey to it. Oh yeah, that'll smell even better. Instant powder, just the way nature intended. Oh yeah. Fishman, I bought a JVC receiver from a pawn shop and it stank of Carpet Fresh. Yeah, they were probably one of them. Like, I know people that use that shit every time they vacuum. I use it maybe twice a year. Because, I mean, it smells fine, but it does kind of smell for a while. And I imagine if you're one of these people that use it like every time you vacuum, like your house just smells like that. It's got to be, like, I can't. It's pretty rough sometimes. I remember growing up, that was like, I don't know if, I can't imagine it came out in the 80s. I don't know. But I know there seemed to be a big thing about it, like housewives using it in the 80s. And it seemed like everyone just dumped that shit. Look up Tecton Designs Double Impact. Tecton, I have some Tecton tools. Oh, yeah, wait a minute. Tecton Design Double Impact 5 round. Oh, speaker. Whoa. The fuck? Okay, yeah, that's not what I was thinking. Tools. I mean, that's a tool, all right. Though that, I imagine it is. I clean everything with a toothbrush, and use an electric one too. It says a Benji, as long as they're not the same one. Yeah, I've never had a Tecton Design. I mean, there's some wicked looking speakers. I'm sure they sound good. I'm rocking 1979 Sony house speakers with 12-inch subs, 4-inch mids and a inch and a half quarter. Like from 1979, they were my stepmom's, and she gave them to me, and those rock the fucking living room, along with a bunch of other speakers everywhere else. But yeah, actually, you know what? I have a 7-channel receiver, but I ain't got 5 channels hooked up to it. I should probably go ahead and get the other 2 channels hooked up on it now that that would be easier to do. Yeah. Side quest. Those are speakers I ordered 8 weeks ago and got last week. Ooh, like the red ones? I'm guessing? Or what color did you get? Can you still hear anything? My YouTube no longer works and it's back. Did YouTube just stutter out or something? I don't see any dropped frames. The car stereo guy built some crazy house speakers. Yeah, well, that's what I do. Those are the only house speakers in the. Well, no, I got little tiny, little 5.1 downstairs, but in the, what is that? 600 watts? Yeah, 500 watt, 5 or 600 watt receiver out there. And yeah, the only house speakers are those Sony ones. All the rest of the speakers are car audio speakers. Time to walk to the shop for a beer. It's close, but it's been on and off raining. It is muggy as a fucking Frenchman's crotch in July out there. It's trying to rain. Yeah, I'll be good. Of course, I'm also out of Motrins, but that's fine too. Tomorrow's supposed to be a little better. Thunderstorm rolling through Chicago, says Chicago Ted. I assume they would know. Just started pouring, and the lightning. La 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 lightning. La la la. Not just you, Delta. Okay, is everything just kind of farted for a minute? That's weird. Well, actually, my drop frames for Twitch. I actually don't have a monitor for YouTube, but I would assume if I dropped frames on YouTube, then it would drop on Twitch. So that must have been a YouTube thing. I'm into dipole speakers now. Amazing imaging dipole speakers. God, it's been a long time since I fucking studied audio shit. Oh, you gotta type the whole thing, dumbass. Can't even fucking spell it right. What a dumb shit. Oh, right. Okay. Yep. All right. Yeah, I haven't actually messed with those. So for those, it's basically a speaker box, and instead of the, like, actually, it's like two speakers in a box, and you know, when the speak, doof, 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 instead of doing that, they go doof, 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 in the same, you know, they're out of phase of each other. To see, iPhone speakers are send sound from the front and the back at the exact same time, but are out of phase with each other. This causes a push-pull movement, which causes a sideways null zone shaped like a figure 8, making it hard to pinpoint where the sound is coming from. You actually haven't messed with them at all. Band pass. No, that's just if you have to pee and you're in band, C2S. I'm not talking about crossovers. The Windy City. Yes, yes, Fama. Mead 916. Well, he seems kind of like a douche, but he built some awesome house speakers. Took a separate circuit to run the amps. Oh, okay. A minor outage for a few seconds. Yeah, okay. You can just add a rear tweeter and reverse polarity to any speaker to get a taste of dipole magic. Yeah, actually, that would make sense. Yeah, maybe I'll mess with that. Just got to figure out I'll just be straight up with it. I'm just gonna figure out which 3-way 6-inch car speakers I'm gonna have to use for channels 6 and 7 out there. All right, a minute. I don't think that has a. God, does that have support 2? I'm gonna have to look. I haven't, because I have it hooked up to a 5.1 because that's what I had. It was a 7.1 surround that's running in 5.1. But and I feel like it may have options for front and rear subwoofers as well. 6767. I'll have to look into that. Maybe complete the get the whole set. Atmos. Is that the codec, I guess, for 7.1, generally speaking? I was thinking of getting a pair of Maggies. Pair of Maggies. Does that mean boobs? Maggie's speakers. Like I literally just type pair of Maggie. Mini Maggie system includes a severe fucking karate chop to your bank account. Yeah. Wow. $2,500 for the mini Maggie system. But hey, it's got free shipping. Fucking better come with a free reach around for the first 30 days. Jesus. Let's see. Maggie's is the affectionate nickname for Magnapan planar magnetic and quasi-ribbon dipole loudspeakers. Unlike traditional box speakers with cone woofers, a pair of Magnapans uses good, and you can hear poofers. Just YouTube stopped. Yeah, I just saw it. I actually just saw YouTube stop. I have no break in the feeds, nothing. There's no reason for it to be doing anything. Let me pull up the task manager, see if there's like something running away. I mean, Brave, yeah, Brave is running a little heavy. Let me, well, I mean, obviously it's going to run heavy because it's doing the streaming thing. Where'd the music go? Like, was there just a weird blip that just knocked everything out? See, I'm not showing anything on did Twitch. Anyone on Twitch? Did Twitch do anything? Like, or was Twitch good? Because if Twitch is smooth, then I know it's not me. Because YouTube does the primary encoding. Where does the fucking thing go? Oh, there. And the GPU's not running hard at all. It's at 50%, which isn't bad for running 4 streams at once. That's 1 on YouTube and 3 on Twitch. Normal, man. Like, that's all normal. It's got to be YouTube. Everything was good on Twitch. Yeah, okay. So it's a YouTube thing then. Because I'm showing great on my end. Performance history shows no spikes. So I'll keep it on performance history and see if anything correlates. But if everything looks good on this end, looks good on Twitch, and that's just YouTube being derp. 10 seconds outage while grabbing beer. Wow. Not a Twitch on the Twitch. I like that. I like that. Yeah, I can look up there. I can see my stream manager window reset itself. It stopped so hard. That's fucking weird. I used to scoff at audiophile nonsense, but have pretty much gone to the dark side now, says Andy's computer tube. Yeah, you know, like, I thought, like, my little $30 and $40 like, Sony headphones were, like, fucking good. I had my JVCs. Yeah, this sounds great. And even when I got my Bose Bluetooth speakers, those big honkers that, like, they almost look like hearing aids, but they're fucking chambered Bose little Bluetooth speakers. Like, when I got them, I'm like, these sound really good for fucking Bluetooth speakers. Like, these sound pretty good for headphones. And then I got these. And I went, oh my God. The difference between $30, $40 fucking name brand headphones and $150, like the cheap high end, you know, like high end Bear Dynamic high end company, but the cheap version of the high end is fucking phenomenally better than like the mid grade version of the name brand. Like, holy shit. I can't imagine if I got myself a hold of like some older Sennheiser? Is that it? Like, didn't they aren't they, God, I've heard a rumor that, like, they are, yeah, Sennheiser, like, they are, like, running on fumes. See, like, not, like, is something going on with them, or did I, like, hear differently, like, if anyone happens to know? Because I thought something changed with them recently, and they kind of just they just got less good in quality. But that may have been, you know. Oh, no. Sennheiser used to be a German brand, and they got taken over. They're made in China. This is Grant Rennie. Thank you. I guess that's probably what I heard. Yeah, okay. I mean, actually, where are Bear Dynamics made? Bear Dynamic made where? Fucking Bear Dynamic products are primarily made in Hollenbrunn, Germany. The company was founded in Germany. Certain consumer electronics, gaming headsets, and wireless earbuds were in China. So I might be wearing China headphones. I don't know. Does it say on them? 32 ohm, Bear Dynamic. I assume they probably wouldn't put it on the product just to not have it be obvious. And I would also assume that they probably put made in Germany if it were made in Germany. But I don't see that. Either way, these are really fucking sound good as far as I know for my quality. But let's see, where are see if this happens to know. Actually, the Bear Dynamic DT770 Pro headphones are handcrafted in Hollenbrunn, Germany. The company has manufactured its professional studio headphones and audio gear at its German headquarters for decades. Yeah. Okay. No, we're good. He's a German. Okay. Good. That surprised me. Like, you would think that would be kind of obvious on here, made in Germany. Then, like, I would think, the Twitch drop, or was it just YouTube? Cause I got nothing but butter here, baby. I don't know. I guess it's YouTube. Cause no, we're like nothing changed here. Like all the performance, everything's just nice and straight. No dips, no spikes, none of that. No frames. Twitch apparently was good. Yeah. Okay, so it's just something with YouTube. So my apologies. But I guess YouTube is just not having it today. Let's see. What happened to my Amazon package? Did they give up for it yet? No, not yet, but they will. Okay, let's close that. Close that. Is that actually closed? I hate that when apps do that. When you close them, they just hide themselves or they're tucked over in a taskbar. It's like, no, I said closed, mother Frencher. Like, I'm going to go into the task manager again. Let me see. Is Spotify still running? Is that what's breaking my plugin? Probably not. I'll just see what's going on because I went to the 6K Labs site and they said there had been updates. I was like, that'd be cool if like I would have known about that. Spotify launcher is still running. Let me kill that. All right. Let me refresh this just in case that helped. I don't know what, pretty sure that wasn't what was playing. No. Okay, so it still doesn't see what, it's still not connected for some reason. Okay. It's the man trying to keep you down. Don't suppress me. What's up, Locke? Benji says, I have a lot of headphones. I don't. I have these, and then I got, like, gaming headphones at this point. Well, I mean, I got those Bose, my Bluetooth ones. I don't use those too much. 30-second outage. What the fuck? I have no idea. I know that tastes good, though. Oh, there is a buttery otherwise. Yeah, not bad. I don't know. I just had a look. RHA Audio went bust and closed in 2021. Oh, yeah. What did you say? I saw you mention that. I don't know why I didn't read that. I think something caught my eye. Where did that go? I feel like I just looked at it. Son of a bitch. I don't know. Somewhere up there. All right. Anyway. Oh, got 3 COS headphones and 2 Sonys. Spider, what's up, Spider? The Bear DT100 were industry standard for decades. Were they? Okay. Like, I knew Bear Dynamics are like, I knew they were like super good. So, and that's just kind of, I was looking at them. I think when I was researching these because of the show, I think that's when I was figured out or had heard that Sennheiser had changed. I forget what the other company it was I was looking at. I was looking at the Sony, whatever, what are they, 4,000, something, 5,000, or something like that. I was looking at those, but I was like, I don't know. And then I started looking at these, and I'm like, those are the same price, but they might be way better. And yeah, they fucking sound good. I don't know. And he says, Happy Fox would love to see your collection and have a listen. Yeah, I'm like, I would be, I need to find someone who has like a straight up fucking studio audio butter setup just so I can hear what holy shit headphones sound like. But this is my version of holy shit headphones. Like I said, this is like low end, top end. you know. Right, I'm going to look at a set of those helicopter pilot headphones, the green ones. Like, what do those sound like? Are those just tin machines rocking and rolling out there, or what? Well, I'm all bright now. Hold on, Jesus. Jesus Christ. Right. Yeah, it's fine. I'm using a 4K Fire TV on a 4K TV. Usually not that good at recovery. Oh yeah, I have I got the Fire Stick 4K on my 4K TV, and it's really fucking annoying when you're trying to play a 4K video on your FMB server and the fucking TV can't handle it. It buffers while it's plugged into the Ethernet, because I got one of those Ethernet adapters for it. Like, the fucking thing cannot process, I would say more, if you're lucky, on a good day, it'll properly process a 20 meg a second stream. I don't feel like upgrading, because I'm not replacing my TV, so why would I have, why should I replace the adapter for it, you know what I mean? But it is on that edge of just, let's see, I always change the food. Relish, diced onions, sliced tomatoes, sport peppers. What are they like? Play volleyball? Dill pickle spear, mustard, celery, and salt. Ketchup is for children. No, thank you. Mayo and mustard to dip fries in. Why do you people put mayonnaise on fries? Like, that is not correct. That is not a correct thing. That is so weird. Tell the mic, but my $1.40. Well, Euro 4. One. I'm trying to say $1.40, but that would be €1.40, I guess. Temu headphones are okay though, yeah. Hey, if they work, then they're okay. But if they're Temu, I assume they showed up like appropriately sized to fit a Barbie doll, or they were just blue, painted blue with a picture of a tooth on them. That wouldn't surprise me either. Yes, your topic description is spot on. Everything goes. It says for Chicago's this farmer. What are we talking about dogs here? Because when I get dogs, for me, a fully loaded dog, you put the onions in, you put some chili on it, you slam a dog down, you put a little bit of cheese on it, you put some more chilies on it, you put some more onions on it, a little squiggle of mustard, and occasionally some sliced jalapenos. That is like my top hot dog right there. I don't need anything else on it. Granted, I have no idea what you're talking about, but I see at least one person talking about what looks like a hot dog. So we're going to go with that. Andy's. I'm probably going to try the Sennheiser Bluetooth cans next. Friends said they were better than ours. He had others that he had tried in the price range. Yeah, as far as wireless stuff goes, I don't really have a need for big wireless, because yeah, I don't know. Well, one, I live in Baltimore, so wearing them out in public means I won't be out of the house or walking around more than fucking 5 minutes and they'll get stolen. And you can't shoot people in the back for stealing your headphones, so they might get away. So no use there. Around the house, I have speakers in just about every room, and I live by myself, so I don't really need headphones there. I'll usually just say, hey, blah, blah, blah device, play, fucking chill playlist on everywhere. And then I just have, like, that was one of my things growing up. I always wanted to be able to play music all throughout the house. I just thought I would have to wire it, and it just never worked out. And now it's easy to do. But those aren't wireless headphones. Although it would be interesting, I guess I could probably include it on the group, and they just be laying around when I need them. Oh, anyway. Pondering making out of headphones using fine materials and pure metals. Fine materials and pure metals? What's that, like duct tape and a hanger? Because, I don't know, that might actually probably make that work. Use the hanger as a really, really, really bad coil. Break it in half. Put it into a mass. Try to use that as the center core. Shape the... Well, I mean, you'd probably only be able to make like a 4-inch spear. That'd be really bad. Yeah, don't try that. Never mind. I mean, you can try it. Don't try my idea. We buy TCL TVs. TCL. Why have I heard TCL? Why, for some reason, does that... Am I thinking that's like cheap TV? I guess not. TCL offers high value smart TVs ranging from budget LED models to cutting edge mini LED and QLED displays. Okay. So they are a budget brand, but good budget brand. Yeah, okay. Well, they're not that budgety. They're sort of, yeah, so they're a little budgety. Yeah, okay. I feel like I've heard that they are actually pretty good. I don't, how would, if you know of Vizio, Walmart's pretty much Walmart brand, Vizio, wonder how TCL compares to a Vizio. Is Baltimore that bad these days? Or is Maryland that bad these days? Answer any. No, mostly just Baltimore, because the mayor down there is embezzling all the money. He's letting everyone go that he just fucking feels like it. They don't really enforce the laws too much down there. The cops can't touch anybody because they're afraid of getting sued, and the governor also doesn't give a fuck. He keeps making laws that let criminals go, and keeps signing in laws to keep the rest of the population less and less safe. So the rest of Maryland isn't too bad. It's just mostly where there's cities and like large groupings of areas, but you can get away from all that. Just go to a park, or, you know, there's lots of mountains that way, kind of thing. Maryland is one of them weird places, like where I am. It's city, suburbs. In another fucking 5 miles, you have farms, and then you have state forests, and then there's like military installation. Like within 20 miles, it's almost like climate changing. And I can do that on just Eastern. Like one road will do that for me. It's amazing. Trying to solder that annoying headphone wire. What, like one of those fucking aluminum coated colored ones that just does not work? My 1080p 43-inch Sony is pretty sort of years old and was free, so I'm happy with it. Yeah. My 4K TV's from 2014. It's a Sony, I mean, not a Sony burp, it's a Sony Bravia 4K 3D. Yeah, with the glasses, the clear glass, polarized 3D. And it still works. I mean, it's 4K 60. It's not like 120, but like, I don't give a fuck. It fucking runs great. Looks good. The movies look good. Like, I have no reason to replace it unless it ever goes bad. Which means I really have no reason to replace that adapter unless the Fire TV app gets so far ahead that it starts just killing, which is, you know, what they do. They make it so the software needs so much processing power that the older shit turns into jello, and then you gotta buy a new one anyway. But you know what I'm saying. Yeah, the TV in my room is a 52-inch Sharp Aquos. You know, it's like the Sony Bravia, but the Sharp's, you know, higher end version. 1080p, and I bought that in 2001, and that thing has basically been turned on every single day since 2001, and so far so good. So yeah, did I buy a higher end TV in that particular case? That was because I got like a $10,000 lump sum from an old job that owed me a bunch of money. But I mean, the TV itself was like $1,500. Actually, that 4K TV was only $1,400 when I got it in 2014. But I mean, that's 12 years old. The other one's 25 years old. Yeah, if you got the money up front, it usually pays for itself on the other side of it. I like my TV to be dumb, says Mr. S. Well, the problem with this is there's nothing around here to capture for as far as broadcasts go. Like, you're pretty much, for the most part, tied to streaming services around here. CRT tube. Yeah, I got one. I got a Sony. I don't think it's a Bravia. That was one I got at a yard sale or something, or off Craigslist, or fucking 10 years ago. But there's a Sony tube TV upstairs that still works. The only reason I haven't gotten rid of it is in case, like, I run across some old school shit that just kind of needs a tube TV to work right. At least I got one. C2S, I use plug-in Fire Sticks. Yeah, so I have Fire Stick on the 1080 and a Fire Stick on the 4K. I have a 4K Chromecast. Actually, I think it's right over there. But I just got annoyed with fucking using Chromecast because I had to you have to use, I think they have remotes now, but when it first came out, you had to use your phone as the remote. And I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get the fuck away from my phone. That's why I'm trying to watch a movie, or like, that's why I'm trying to do things. I don't fucking want to deal with my phone. I need a clicker. I'm old. I enjoy clicking a fucking remote. So that's why I went over to the Fire TV, and it just kind of worked out because, at that point I started getting, Amazon lady devices anyway. I figure if you're going to have all my fucking information and use it at will anyway, then I might as well take advantage of it and automate my fucking house. Like, y'all got my information anyway. Like, I don't give a shit. Like, fucking have at it. Top of the hour toot. Cheers, everybody. Top of the hour. Appreciate you hanging out. Trinitron. I remember Trinitrons. Maybe that, I don't know if that's upstairs or not. I forget what it is. Grant homebrew headphones would be an ace project. Pianoman uses I don't know if he still does. I think he might, but he uses a homemade microphone, like a ribbon or strip microphone with the thing where you can kind of make your own. Somebody here knows. We got some good audio files in here, but yeah, Pianoman Rob's, I know it for a long time. I think it still is his little homemade microphone thingy. So I keep looking up at YouTube every once in a while, like, what's up, buddy? How you doing? Ribbon mic? Yeah, okay, ribbon mic. I thought it was ribbon mic. I'd be making 30 pairs so that we could all get a set and one for Clive, too. Yeah. Have I made a speaker? I feel like at one time in my life I made like the most basic, like busted ass speaker kind of thing using paper towel tube for the cone. I feel like I may have used old speaker wire, like from a bad speaker, to wrap it. And I think I just had like magnets around it. So it didn't really work, but it sort of kind of worked. Like you would twitch out like it was like watching a strobe light or something, but never really made proper sounds, more just like noise. I feel like, God, how fucking old was I? It was before I got into electronics. So it was before high school. I feel like I was 11 or 12 when I tried that. I tried all kinds of weird shit when I was a kid and knew nothing about electronics, but still knew a bunch about electronics. First, well, no, by 11 or 12, I knew a lot about electronics. I started that shit when I was 9.5. Water. CTOS used to have a plasma TV. I haven't seen one of them in a while. I'm not sure if I really knew anybody that picked up a plasma TV. Because wasn't it like one of the things about them, like they weren't expected to last more than a couple years when they first came out? So a lot of people were like, yeah, it looks good, but it's going to take a shit soon. And then it's kind of like everybody got the first generation, they took a shit, and then everyone else went, nah, we're good. But then did they fix the plasma problem? Thomas says, still think Sony makes great TVs. Well, yeah, see, the good thing about Sony is since it's Japanese, it's not going to get bought out by the Chinese. They're just going to keep kicking ass. That's Add on Twitch starts in 56. God, that whole thing is janky. I gotta fix that. Yeah, I gotta replace the word Twitch with just like the emblem. I'll try to remember that by Saturday. Grant says Tony was a top brand, but still faded, same as Kodak. Well, Kodak that's like in name only, but Sony's still Sony. I don't know. Like, I haven't seen anything from Sony that's really disappointed me. Well, sorry, besides everything involving the PlayStation Network. Yeah, I know it's the most popular one, but from a nerd standpoint, looking at how fucking janked the whole system is, and now they're like joining the fucking fan club and flipping everybody off that actually wants to own a game. My entry into electronics was age 4. My proper introduction was 9.5. Nerd. I have a pair of speakers that need reconed, but never did it. Well, apparently, just paper towel tubes. You can just roll them out, I guess, and get them nice and wet and just form them, I suppose. You can mash them out. We're talking about projects. Look out. I'll have to keep an eye on Grant. We may be seeing some homemade headphones coming. I built a Pong game from a Heath kit when I was 12. That's cool. I never really got any of the little kits. What were they, were they Spark? Spark Fun? Is that one of the companies that's been doing it for a while? I think it's Spark Fun. Like them, and I know there was another company that did a lot of the kits, but I never really got them. It seems like I was always just kind of doing my own stuff. I had a bunch of breadboards by the time I was, I think 10.5, 11 is when I really started raiding the Radio Shack. Well, actually, no, it was probably about when I was 10. I had to start going up to the Radio Shack, I would say. Because, let's see, which one was I going? Which one was it? God, was it in Fullerton Shopping Center? Was there a Radio Shack in Fullerton Shopping Center on Bel Air Road? Oh, they had one at the mall. That's right. They had one at the mall. Oh, yeah. Yeah, there was a Radio Shack nearby on Bel Air Road in Fulton, Nottingham area. It was located 60 on Bel Air. Yeah, Beltway Plaza. Yeah, that was the one because it was down the road, in the giant shopping center. And then when I was 10, you figure that was 1987, so that was like Tandyland, not Candyland, but Tandyland. God, I love going down there, dude. Just diving into them drawers, all the components. My parents looking at me like, how much is all that? Oh, $5. You walk out with a component bag like this and it's like $5. You're like, yeah. God, that was awesome. Yeah, that's right. And then whenever I went to the mall, I'd be hanging out with my friends and be like, hold on, I gotta go into the mall. And they'd be like, for what? I gotta pick up some components. And they're like, Jesus Christ, fucking nerd. I'm like, yeah. Fuck. Man, it was a shame when Radio Shack finally bit the dust, but I get it. Nobody fixes anything. Even Bainesville Electronics. They were the last, like, real old school, like, just consumer style, like, do what you need to do, fucking electronics shop. Just aisles of CB equipment, ham radio stuff, components, audio, like, even had, audio taper, fucking potentiometers in there, audio components, mini amplifiers, all your MOSFETs, your transistors. Any fucking cable you can goddamn think of for the most part, and repair ends and pins to do it. Fuses out the wazoo, like almost literally. Like they had kits. They were the first ones in the area to have the Raspberry Pi. That's where I got my Pi 1 and 2B Plus. God, I got one of my CB radios there. I got my K40 antenna there. So many different components. Like if Radio Shack didn't have it, it'd be like, man, we gotta go to Bainesville. And it's one of those things like, no shit, like you would call your buddies. Hey man, got time off, so finally able to catch a steam. What's up, active neurons? Welcome. What's up, JSS? Sorry, I fucking start rambling on, don't even look up. But like literally you would call your buddies and be like, hey man, I'm going to Bainesville. You want to go? And be like, yeah, like it was always carloads of people going to Bainesville. Mostly because we were all on the audio stuff. Like they were all on the audio stuff. Like we all were, but I was also just the nerd on the side. I mean, they even had speakers up there. Like some of them were like competition grade fucking car audio speakers and amplifiers, crossover, like all that shit. But yeah, man, like it was like a fucking field trip. Like, ooh, we're going to Bainesville. And it's not like it was that far. It was only like 15 minutes from where we were at. But it seemed like a special trip, even though you could just fucking almost walk there. RS Tandy was awesome, or Radio Shack Tandy was awesome. Parts in packets, excellent. Oh yeah, you get a little 5-packs and a little paper. God, I know I have some downstairs. I gotta have some. If I will, hold on. I'm gonna make a note to go find some OG Radio Shack shit that I know I'm almost positive I still have some downstairs. Hell, I don't know, I may even still have the pack for it, but I had some Arctic Silver 5 thermal compound for like CPUs, heatsink compound. But I had some Arctic Silver 5 that I had forgotten about that was rebranded. Like it just said Radio Shack thermal paste, but then you look in it and it was the AS5. Like they bought the good shit even towards the end. I found that a couple years ago. Let me say Radio Shack stuff. Yeah, I'll have to go look and have it here Saturday for the stream because I'll be streaming Saturday. I missed I missed Twitch last Saturday since I was at the party. But yeah. Back to normal and early. I'm still filling in Clive time Saturday. I remember Radio Shack and Tandy from the 80s in Glasgow, right? Glasgow. This is Grant Rennie. Radio Shack disappeared here around 96 and Tandy closed around 2003. Our last Radio Shack closed, I'm pretty sure it was basically during the whole Fluvid thing. After what's-his-face that was banging Mariah Carey bought him out. But, like, even that couldn't save him. Bought an RC car from Radio Shack. Oh, yeah. I like their little toy section, too. I know I've bought a RC car. I bought a telephone there once so I could use it for phone freaking. It was in that corner. That's where the components were straight down. Computer stuff was over there, and over here was like the cool stuff. like toys and the cool gadgets and like the really weird tools, you know. I think this, God, I feel like the soldering irons may have been down in the bottom corner. Because I know I got a bunch of a few soldering irons and of course tips and all that shit from them. I feel like I may have gotten oh no, that's where I got my US Robotics 56K V2 internal modem. That's right. That's where I bought that. I remember that. That was right there on the why do I remember that so vividly? It was right there on the shelf, about eye level, which you would expect for, because at the time US Robotics was like the fucking SpaceX of, you know, like of computer modems. But yeah, it was right there. I remember I bought that and I'm like, yeah, went home, slapped that sucker in my 486 DX. Woo! Screaming. Screaming. All right, holy shit. Let me actually read chat here. Fuck, go off on a tangent. Miss all kinds of shit. Let's see. Let me scroll up a little bit. Of course, the stream is freezing. Really? Is freezing. There are no blinking lights to show YouTube Scruff is actually long. Oh, yeah. Well, I guess I'm sitting here for another couple minutes. That way YouTube can tell if I'm still here or not. What the hell? What the hell? Sorry, ran over an extension cord. Ooh. Remember British? Okay, Glasgow. Fry's Electronics was another. Oh yeah, I've been to the Fry's Electronics in Indiana, or Indianapolis on the west side of Indianapolis. When I was staying at the Ramada Inn, which is nearby. That was an awesome place. I bought. God, what computer? I bought a computer there. Like, well, I'm sorry. I bought while I was there on business, building a theater in a school. I went there and I went, holy shit. And that was one of them times I looked at the boss. I'm like, you better fucking pay me on time because I got some shit I got to buy here. And, yeah, what did I buy? What? God, I don't remember what that one was. I think that may have been yeah, that could have been a Pentium 4. Maybe. Like this would be say 2002, 2003. That's when I built the desktop just so I could play games, and I bought whatever the hot shit card was because like fuck man, that outplace was awesome. Yeah. Fry's Electronics. What was that? Outpost.com was their website. You could spend the whole day there. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like you hours. Have a Google at Cricketwood Electronics in London. I used to get their catalog in the mail years ago, and I visited the store when I lived in London. Cricklewood Electronics in London. Oh yeah, wow, that looks like God, whose website does that look like? Okay, yeah, that's a whole lot of shit. That's cool. Yeah, that's the kind of place I could rock out right there. Remember the Mach 1 speakers? That sounds familiar, but I don't know. The realistic Mach 1 are iconic vintage three-way loudspeakers sold by Radio Shack from the late 70s to the early 1980s. Featuring a massive 15-inch subwoofer, a multi-cell horn mid-range, and a horn-loaded tweeter. They are famous for a loud, high-impact rock music performance and heavy cabinet build, though opinions on their refined audiophile accuracy remain mixed. Okay, I may have seen them before. Hold on, let me do that. Whoops, wrong button. Those guys, like I think I may have seen them. Like that kind of triggers my memory a little bit. That little tweeter and adjustment board there. I'm guessing that's a crossover adjustment. Looks familiar. Do I have a Tandberg TV? Says Delta Mike. Tandberg. Fama going from a Nyko AA battery RC to a Radio Shack RC that used to be a real 7.2 volt pack. 7.2 volts, 27 megahertz. Sunday. Oh yeah. Do I have any remote control? I got the God, where is the flaming poo? Holy shit. God, I ought to get that back into the channel. Yeah. Do I have anything remote control? I don't know. A fucking drone? Well, besides my car-wise. I think I have a Chevy Blazer somewhere. Or that got stolen. I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while. Anyway. I don't really think I have any, like, remote control cars. Chicago Ted, oh man, the friend trips to Radio Shack to buy 555 timers and resistors and soldering wick. Oh yeah, man. Electronic stores are always a fucking treat. Radio Shack AS5, that's a nice memento. Yeah, I thought to see, I'm pretty sure I still have the AS5, but I don't remember if I saved the box it was in or not. But I think I have other stuff down there that's still in Radio Shack sleeves. Kamasa thermal compounds. Kamasa? That sounds like a drink. New Kamasa thermal compounds for those nights of heat. You mean Akasa? Looks like you meant to say Akasa thermal compound, a popular line of heat sink paste and cooling products for other computers, not Kamasa. Kamasa makes a wide variety of thermal interface materials, 555, T6 CPUs and GPUs. I don't know that I've heard of Akasa before. Radio Shack died here when they started pushing DirecTV and Dish. Yeah, they tried to hang in there with selling cell phones, but yeah, it didn't really work out. Tandy had disco lighting and speakers and DJ music equipment as well, did they? Pound Shop always gets me. I'm going to Pound now. Heading on down to Pound down. Crinklewood. I bought my Cospro 4 AAA headphones at Radio Shack in Point Pleasant, New Jersey in the mid-70s. Nice. Point Pleasant. Didn't that used to be like a park? Or at some point? I got a broken door alarm, a infrared sensor from Tandy, or from the Tandy bargain bin. Well, bargain for a reason. Guy that owned a Radio Shack let me borrow one of those giant bag cell phones. Never used it at dollars per minute. Oh, you had one of them, one of those big suckers? I knew a couple people that have them. I got my first pager, I think I was like 14. Like my buddy, like one of my older buddies, like, you know, in the neighborhood, you got like, it seems like there's like the older crowd, the like not quite teenagers, young teenagers, and then like the kids, you know, like the 10 and unders. So you got that like tiers. Well, this guy Ronnie in the upper tier is about 5 years older than us, the rest of us. At like 19, he started his own pager business and was doing really well. So I was fucking, what is it, 14, 15? I think I was 15. No, I was 15. That's right. Wait a minute. Okay. Sorry, I was checking something. Now I've been 15 because that was like 10th grade. But yeah, I just like walked up to his shop one day, which was like miles up the road. And I'm like, hey man, I need to get a pager. He's like, all right. I was like, here's $50. What can you do? He gave me my little Bravo Plus. Was that a 5? Why do I think 5? I don't know. It was a 5, but it was a Bravo Plus clear blue thing, 2 buttons. Woo! And then I paid him. God, I got that, and that paid for like a year. And then I would like stop by, like, I'd see him, around a neighborhood or whatever, but then I'd like stop by his shop like once a year and give him, I think it was like $20 for a year for a fucking pager. And I had that pager for a while. Then I got a cell phone in 2000, Sony Ericsson. And then I kept the pager. I got that pager on Ronnie's plan for, I think until he finally went out of business in like 2004. So 2003 or 2004, because like by then pagers were nothing, and he was trying to be like the cell phone guy too, but like everybody went to the actual places where you get real tech support. He was front end, is whatever. But anyway, good guy. I haven't talked to him in decades, but yeah. Whew. 20 after, yeah. Cheers, everybody. We'll be shutting this down in about 5.5 minutes. Benji says, got all my products from Maplin's and Durham. Yeah, at this point, I just see who has what. I hate to say it, but Amazon's getting really good at having a good selection of stuff. But other than that, I'll usually go to DigiKey or Mauser for around here. See who's got what cheaper, better, or whatever. Of course, half the time, at this point, I have enough crap downstairs. If I'm looking for something, it's probably something weird. Fishman, gotta eat supper, cheeseburgers and fries. Nice. I may actually do the same. I could go for a burger. Delicious salmon, but should be salmon burgers. Have a good night. Oh, okay. Oh, God, when's the last time I had a fish burger? Probably 10 years ago. It was all right. Chicago Ted, I made burgers last night. A pound of Aldi Wagyu beef, grated in whole Vidalia onion, salt, pepper, a little garlic pepper, a handful of finely crunched up generic rich crackers, all hand mixed. Yeah, that's a good way to go. That is a good way to go. The anything else I would have done in that would be added an egg. Kind of helps bind it up a little bit better. Grilled them outside on slices of Vidalia onion, served with grilled onions cooked in the meat juices. Perfect. Very good. Very good. Sounds delicious. Yeah, I'm definitely making a fucking burger tonight. Fine. But yeah, I think I'll do burger and fries. That'll work out pretty good. I can do that all at once. The dollar stores, pound shops in the UK have started to disappear. There's nothing left to sell. And everybody's charging businesses so much fucking taxes and fees and all that shit. Like, it's getting harder for business to survive. Well, in certain places. Pagers, haven't seen one since about 98. Yeah, I had my little Bravo Plus clear. Let's see what happens if I type that in. Clear blue Bravo Plus pager. Oh, the Motorola Bravo Plus is a classic compact numeric alphanumeric pocket pager produced during the 90s at the peak paging technology. We got an image here. Well, that's not clear blue. There it is. No. Is that it? No, this is, no. Yeah, here's the regular version, not the clear blue version. I guess I had a classic. But I had the clear blue version of this. I remember the arrow and the little indent in that button too. But so you could see all the shit inside, which is, I mean, that's kind of what nerds do. But yeah, that's the pager I had for fucking almost 10 years. Worked out pretty good. -6969. Like everybody fucking else, I guess. Let's see. Has Amazon officially given up on my package yet? They have not. Good for them. Were you a doctor or a drug dealer? I just wanted to get what my home is. But my parents didn't know I had a fucking pager until I was 18. Because my dad walked around like, I can't believe all these kids with pagers. Just a bunch of fucking drug dealers. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, actually, that was weird. Meanwhile, in my head, I'm like, no, actually, it's nice to be able to find my fucking friends when they're like out doing shit. So he never even knew I had a pager. Then he found out when I was 18. He's like, how long you had a pager? I was like, I don't know, like 4 or 5 years. He's like, why didn't you tell me? I was like, because you did. And I said it just like that. Because you said I was a fucking drug dealer if I had one. So why would I tell you? And he went, oh, yeah, that is true. I'm like, Christ. We're just trying to keep in touch with each other, man. We don't give a fuck about no drugs. All we were doing was smoking a little pot anyway. And hell, we didn't page them. Everybody was so hot on drug dealers and pagers, you just fucking call them direct. What no need to page them. Because they fucking had cell phones before cell phones had cell phones. They ruined our outdoor market, built a multi-story building, and can't get anyone in it. Yeah, it's nice how they do that. I've got a couple of pager thingies, ex-police, I think. Yeah, the last person I knew that had a pager was a dude that worked at Roy Rogers, and he had one of them ones with the full keyboard on it. So it was, a two-way pager. And he wasn't even a drug dealer. He was just like he had a cell phone and that, but that was before cell phones also had text messages. And he actually even said, I mean, God, when was that? When did I work at Roy Rogers? That was, what the hell year did I turn 21? 77, 98, so I would have been like 99. Yeah, I was around 99. And he had some, like, not so, he had a cell phone, but even then he was like, I just like talking to people, like texting people sometimes, or paging, or whatever fucking lingo we used back then. But even with, but like, so, fucking 20, over 2 decades ago, we knew fucking text messaging was more convenient than having to talk to somebody. Sometimes. All right. Funny to remember you had what you had for breakfast yesterday. You see the start of a show you haven't seen in 30 years and know all the words for the theme. Yeah, sometimes. I'll take some pictures of them and some other stuff if I can find them, says Benji. Yeah, that's cool. You know where to send them. But let's do one final little puff, and then I'm going to shut it down and go seek some food. And then I'll watch the laptop guy later. And I can poop up my food. Almost knocked the bong phone over. But yeah, and I can go put the fan back too. But yeah, I'm going to have to make a goddamn burger now. It's alright, I still got a decent amount of red onions in there. And like I said, when I make onions, I just do a section of onion and then just on the burger. I don't add onions, I add the slice. But anyway, alright, one more. And I'll see everybody Saturday. we'll talk about the adventurous fucking time I had on Sunday and the network, and we'll go from there. So, appreciate you hanging out. Hope you have a good rest of the week. And I'll see you at Clive time on Saturday, which 4:05 Eastern my time. So, have a good one. Be a groovy to each other, and I am out of here in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.